Good morning, my beautiful lights. Can we start together by taking in a big, big breath in? Exhale, let it go away. Inhale a big breath that comes into your belly and let it go. Where are you? I know as a freaking woman, especially a mama, we can be so hard on ourselves. And no matter where you are, and if you are on a personal growth journey, or if you consider yourself a yogi or a fitness person or someone on a spiritual path or whatever confines you put on yourself. I'm gonna move my mic a little bit. It's feeling heavy right there. That there's always going to be struggles. It was interesting this morning. I got a voice message from one of my girlfriends saying I was just having the most overwhelming morning ever. I got home and my dog ripped open the trash and my son was being a butthole and her daughter's eating like McDonald's, which is not the healthiest thing for you. And it was just like, she was like, I'm just having one of those mornings and it feels like everything is going wrong. And it's so funny because this morning I like went out of my box and I let my son Milo, who just turned 12, he's a leap year baby, who we just measured this morning. He's 5'11". He's super tall. He is like wrestling and he's getting ready to go to this big thing called the regionals, like the regular wrestling season was over. And he's had this best friend, and him and his best friend just like, they're like soul brothers and they want to hang out together all of the time. And so I let his buddy have a sleepover on a school night, which is something I usually don't do because I am going to admit that at nighttime, I have really realized that I get this like anxiety, big, when I look at the clock and it's like, oh my gosh, it's 8 o'clock and my kids aren't in bed. And what I realized from this anxiety, I just get really angry and I start yelling at everyone. And within reflection, I realized that it's not that they're not in bed. It's the inner thought that's attached deeper to that. And it's the thoughts that I'm a freaking bad mom. My kids aren't going to get enough sleep, blah, 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 blah. And so we all have that inner voice, and we all do really have these like moments that are really testing and trying, especially if you are a mama. Hi, if you don't know me, I am Shelly Bond. I'm a freaking mama of 3. I am the creator and founder of Yoga Bliss with Shelly. And I truly believe that with the home practice that we can transform our lives. And I've been teaching a local gentle yoga class in Estes Park where I live. And my average student is anywhere from, I had a 20 something year old cute little young lady, and then like a 65 to an 80-year-old woman in my class. So I'm really learning. I've been learning over the last 6 years of teaching. The way that I communicate is so different, and the way that we put our bodies into poses is so freaking different, and that we all have to start where we are. And so without blame or shame attachment, like today is the first day of the rest of your life. And so you got to start today. And if you start today, then you can move into tomorrow. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have hardships and worries and struggles. It means that you're going to start freaking making time for you and start making yourself a priority. And so I really wanted to get on here to ask, what is it that you are needing? What is it that you are craving? If you haven't been following, I think we're on day 20. We're on day 20 of the 21-day yoga challenge, the Strong Calm Mama Yoga Challenge. And if you haven't joined, it's totally free right here on this YouTube channel. And the practices are anywhere. The longest one is 30 minutes. And I even have some 5-minute mornings. I have a 5-minute morning because there are those mornings where it's like, ga, 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 ga. And I just wanted to ask if you have been embarking or where you're at in your practice, or what are you craving? Do you want more strong yoga classes? Because I love doing this mixture of bringing gentle yoga with strong yoga. Like this is kind of like how I've been making the classes, and then flowed with gentle yoga. So what is it that you are wanting? Because I'm actually making an app, and through this 21-day yoga challenge, I'm going to be offering a monthly calendar on the Yoga Bliss with Shelly app, which is really exciting. It's been a dream of mine, but it's also been a big block and scary thing of like, oh my gosh, I don't know techie stuff. Do you get those? Like, what are your blocks? And maybe your block could start now with saying you don't have time for yourself. Because as a mama of 3, I have 3 fur babies. I know all of the excuses. I know how hard it is to start making time for us. I know the guilt and the shame, especially when it comes to our spouses, that they might not even realize that they're doing it. And if you haven't already, you can head over to Instagram and follow at Yoga Bliss with Shelly. And I actually made this really lovely video. It was like the background of someone else's voice. Oh, it was Rachel Hollis. And she was talking about how when we first start taking time for ourselves and claiming time for ourselves, our family is going to resist it, and especially our spouse, like our husband. And they might not even realize it, but that waking up and taking time for me is a trigger to my husband. And that happened, I will say, for years. And I had this mommy shame and guilt, but I knew that I had to do something for myself because I was so sick of feeling so anxious. I was so sick of feeling so low and so just blah. I was a hairstylist at the time and I was working part-time and being a mama, and I nursed for freaking 9 years and I didn't stop, and I'm not over exaggerating. I tandem nursed. I've had some people say, you can't do that. I'm like, I did it. I was pregnant. Tandem nurse, if you don't know what that means when you nurse like a baby and a toddler. I actually at one point nursed a baby, a toddler. My sister's daughter was born and she had a lot of difficulties, my sister did, with getting her milk in. And so I pumped for her. I also helped pump for another mama who had twin babies. I was just like this milk master. And I don't know where I was going at with that was like, I don't know, I just got so in this like mundane feeling. And I remember getting ready for my shift and I like really didn't want to go to work because I had a really traumatic birth with my daughter and I felt like I was abandoning her again because I had this really bad C-section. And I like died on the C-section table and I came back and they took my daughter away and I didn't even get to hold her. I didn't get to give her any love. The first things I said to my daughter was, take her away from me, get her away. Because I just died. I was vomiting. I felt like death was hovering over me because it was. And I was in the freaking OR room, like trying to come back to life. And when I finally did, I was like, where's my daughter? It brings up these feelings that I got so low and so depressed and I didn't tell anyone. And that was the saddest thing. I think of me now and I'm like, Shelly, why didn't you tell anyone? Why didn't you reach out? Why didn't you ask for help? And I think intuitively my sisters knew and they were there for me, but I really didn't. I didn't tell my husband. Do you have your favorite tea? I just wallowed in my struggles. And so if you are wallowing in your struggles, you are not alone. And it's okay to reach out and ask for help and connect with me. And if you ever want or need anything, you can direct message me on Instagram or you can email me at yogablisswithshelly@gmail.com because I'm right here with you. I have been through the mucky, dark waters. I have been through it. And every baby I had, it just got worse and worse. And I remember getting ready for work and just being like, I have to do this, but it's okay because I can just go on autopilot. Because I learned there's this part of your brain called your basal ganglion, and then it just takes control of your motor functions. That's why you can just get in your car and drive somewhere and be like, whoa, how did I get here? And you're like, oh, because there's this part of your brain that does that. So if you find yourself just like dreading every day, that you're not alone and that it's okay to be here and that it's time for you, my lovely, to start making time for you. I'm not kidding you when I say this, that you freaking matter. You are worthy. And it might be struggly. It might be hard to show up. You might have to set your alarm 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour earlier than you would because making and taking time. And there's a difference between like wanting to take time, setting the intention to take the time, and actually taking the time. It's almost like, I think at first you almost have to like steal it. And it's not in like a negative way or borrow it. You're like, I'm borrowing this time because we all have the same amount of time in the day. And when you start showing up for yourself in a movement practice, in a mindfulness practice, in a heart-centered, rooted practice, it starts transforming you. I can't even words are not enough to describe, like it will change and shift everything for you if you allow it to. I promise you, you just have to continue to show up for you because you matter. And if you are a mama or a parent or not, wherever you are in your journey, that we all have pain from the past. Sometimes it's past life. Sometimes it's really deep this life. Sometimes we have physical illnesses or diseases, or Louise Hay calls them a dis ease, something that we manifest into our lives from chronic, yucky thoughts and energies that we're experiencing. And your time for healing is now. Your time to claim your life is here and now. I am 40. I turned 40 this year, and I started my journey probably about when I was 30. I would say I really just was like in a low, and I was like, I need to do something. And I took a yoga class in the botanical gardens in Steamboat Springs with a friend. But even at the time, we were on a family trip, and my husband was there. We were with his like one of his brothers, best friend brothers, growing up, and the wife of my husband's friend was like, do you want to go take a yoga class? And I was making all the excuses like, oh, I can't leave my babies. What if Jack needs to nurse? What if Milo needs something? And my husband was like, babe, it's good. I got it. Just go. And I went, and I felt so much anxiety, and I was judging myself, and I was like looking at the person to my left, looking at the person to my right. And we were at this botanical gardens in Steamboat Springs, Colorado, which if you don't know what that is, it's gorgeous. It is like heavenly. Like there are just like the most beautiful flowers, and there's a lake and wide open grass, and they had this huge like mushroom umbrella out here to the side. And for the first time, like I remember looking over at a flower, and I looked at it and was like, oh, gosh, that flower is so beautiful. That flower is me. I'm that flower. And I just became totally present and totally immersed in the moment. And I felt this sense of ease and calm, and I felt this sense of empowerment through each movement we did, through each breath practice on the mat. And then I started craving it. After that, I walked off the mat and was like, oh my gosh, I haven't felt this good in like forever, since my whole life. And I would just started craving it. So I just started taking online classes, and I just started digging deep and diving deep. And this is where my journey with yoga began, my journey with personal growth and fitness and meditation and spirituality. And it was like, people say like a drug, like I was just like, I wanted more and I wanted more. And so here I am 10 years later, and I'm just saying that if you've had an experience that was like transcending or not, that when you start showing up for you every day, my lovely light, that you can start stepping into your power. You can start claiming your inner calm, confidence, and ability to be in control of your body and mind. And that's what this awesome 21-day yoga challenge is all about. And it's all created just by me. And like I said, I've been really empowered by some kind of strengthening poses, because I believe when we challenge and push our bodies to that edge, that space between too much and not enough, that it teaches us how to be stronger off of our mat. And I know as women, sometimes there's these like false perceptions, maybe that women are too soft, or women are too blah, 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 or women are blah, blah. And I know for me, mine was, I need to be a strong, powerful woman. Like I'm 5'9". I weigh about 157 to 162. I got on the scale for the first time in years a few weeks ago, and I saw that number, and I almost started crying, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so heavy. But I've been doing a lot of strength training, and being perfectly imperfect, and wherever you are and your weight, it's just a number, and it's about how you feel. And so doing things that make you feel good regardless of that, and whether you're like, I need to lose fat, my belly's like when I wear this shirt, like look at this can happen like this. Or guess what, when I sit up, it's like, ooh, if I lay down, it's like, oh, that looks so nice. You can wear the same outfit and look like 7 different ways, because it all is a matter of your mindset. And what's so cool and unique about the way that I teach is I really love to incorporate self-love and inner healing through affirmations. And if you want to just give it a try, and you haven't, if you're just hopping on here for the first time, try it. Try day 1. Or maybe you can scroll through and see like, which one of these seems appealing to me. And if you enjoy it, I encourage you to start from day 1, because the coolest thing is it's said that it can take us 21 days to start a new habit. However, we're creeping up on day 21, which is 2 days away. And if you just fall back, if you have been on this challenge and you don't do anything different, if you fall back in the way that you were doing things, then guess what? Nothing's going to change. You got to keep adamant and keep at it. And for someone like me, I'm actually doing a different challenge. I'm doing this other challenge called the 75 Hard. I think I'm on day 60, blah, blah. I only have 7 days left. I've been doing 75 days of fitness and meal planning and all of these things, which is so exciting because it got me to start my 21-day practice. But the thing is time is going to pass no matter what. Like you're going to blink. It was just Christmas. Blink. Are we in March? We're in March. of 2024. We're already 2 months in, and that means we're in week 10. We're on week 10 of this new year. So whatever New Year's resolution maybe that you already let go, you were like, oh, that's too hard, I can't do it. It's time to claim yourself and start making time for you. And I just want to let you know that you're not alone. And I'm right here with you. And I would love to hear any feedback in the comments below, or go over to Instagram if you want to direct message me. What do you need? Or do you love gentle yoga? Are you craving yoga flows? Are you wanting strong yoga? Are you like, Shelly, I loved that sound bath healing. If you didn't check that out, of this beautiful, I think it's like 12-minute sound bath healing meditation, which is like just so good and just like helps heal at this cellular. Yes, I said cellular before I said cellular. That soul, that inner light. So I freaking love you. I am grateful for you, and you have to start today. And it's a choice that you choose to make for yourself right here and now. And you have to just decide that you're done. You're done feeling like crap. You're done letting overwhelm dominate every move you make, that you are claiming your power. And whether it's with my 21-day program, or there's other people, like I know Sarah Beth has a 21 program. You'll go with Adrienne. She does a 30-day every freaking year. Like, if it's not me, I just want you to immerse yourself in something that's going to help you make an everlasting change, because you are worthy and you deserve change. You deserve to feel better. And I know you want to feel better because you're here, and we all do. We all have this like inner craving to grow. And I know especially these last 3 people, this chat started with 101 people and we're down to 2. And if you're still here, it's time for you to make that change. So right now, decide that you're going to join the 21-day Strong Calm Mama Yoga Challenge, and you're going to do it for 21 days. No matter if it's 30 minutes or a 5-minute practice, because you are worthy of making time for you, and you have to do something different to get different results. And I promise that it will create these feelings of like inner strength, inner calm. You will like be walking around, and guess what? You'll hold your head up high, and you will feel like, I'm going to control what I can, because I've learned that anxiety has made me be this control freak. And sometimes my husband and I have huge fights about it. He's like, you can't control everyone, Shelly. And I'm like, okay, I don't need that. I've been married for 20 years, so it's obviously we're figuring out something. Right now, it's time to step in your power and control you, because you don't get to control what's happening out there. I used to control the shit out of my kids. I was so good at controlling them. Guess what? I have a 14-year-old, a 12-year-old. I can still mostly control my 10-year-old. My 12 and 14-year-old are pushing back. And if you are a teen parent, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, holy crap-a-ronies. How do we navigate these waters? Well, you navigate it by controlling what you can. And that's you, my love. So step into your personal power. Come with me and women all over the world. And it's so exciting, because this is crazy and something that I'm like, oh, I've had 2 of my short videos go viral here. I've been on YouTube, you guys, for 6 years. And it's off and on been this struggle of like followers and losing people and blah, blah, blah. And in the past month or week, 2 of my shorts have gone viral, 36,000 views and 33,000 views, which doesn't determine who I am or how worthy I am and what message I'm bringing. But it's like, wow, it just shows when you keep showing up, when you keep doing what you love, that inevitably the universe is going to bring abundance to you. So you just have to keep showing, and don't give up on yourself. I haven't given up on me, on this lady. And every time my husband gets annoyed at all the things that I'm doing and the blue, I keep showing up, because I'm on a freaking heart mission to help bring as much love and healing to women all over the world through yoga, through mindfulness, through movement. And I truly believe that with a home practice, because you're at home wherever you are, your home is in your heart, that you can forever change and transform whatever it is that you're struggling with, that whatever it is that you want. And so if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling stagnant, if you're feeling lost, the 21-day Strong Calm Mama is just for you. And it's right here. And you just start now. Start today. So really, like, when you're done with this video, stop it and then go watch that and start today with the Start Today yoga practice. It's like already ready. It's ready for you. It's like all yours, and it's completely freaking free. I love you so much, and I'm sending you over to a hug. And if you know me, I'm a cheek kisser. My family is, on my dad's side, is just, we're we're just lovey buggy. So I love you. I'm grateful for you. And for you two people who held on, we've had people go up and down. Thank you for showing up for you and making time to make yourself a priority. And you're just on your way. You're on your way. And this is your journey. And you freaking matter, lovely. And you just have to start realizing that and just freaking keep taking the steps and step into your power. Start today with a day one practice. Have a beautiful day. Share this out. Is there someone who you feel like could use this? I know there is. She's out there. I love you. I'm grateful for you. I accept you just the way you are. And you're freaking beautiful just the way you